Well, hey there, friends. I'm John Hart, and this is the Heart of Appalachia, where the mountains meet the stories, and the stories meet the heart. Today I want to talk about the trouble with assumptions. But before we get started, I asked Belinda what she thought I should talk about today. She said, John, talk about whatever you want. Just don't assume I'm going to agree with it. So I took that as a loving reminder that assumptions can be dangerous. You know, assumptions are a funny thing. They sneak in quiet like fog rolling over a ridge. Before you know it, you're convinced you know what somebody meant, what they were thinking, or why they did something. And half the time, you're not even close. The mountains have taught me a lot over the years, but one lesson that keeps circling back is this. Most of the trouble we get into starts with assuming instead of asking. A while back, I noticed my neighbor's trash can sitting right in the middle of my driveway. Now, I didn't see him put it there, but I assumed he did. And I'll be honest, I got a little fired up. I thought, of all the places he could have left that thing, he picked my driveway. I marched over there ready to have a conversation, not a fight. Just a conversation with a little extra seasoning on it. Well, it turns out the wind had blown it over, and he was actually on his way to move it when I showed up. He said, John, I figured you'd think I did it, so I hurried over here to fix it before you came storming across the yard. We both laughed, but I walked home and I was thinking, boy, I almost started a whole situation over something that wasn't even real. A few days later, I was eating at one of the little local diners uptown, and there was a man sitting alone over in the corner, and his arms were crossed, and he was staring down at the table like it owed him money. I assumed he was mad at the world, maybe rude, maybe just unfriendly. But when the waitress brought his food, he bowed his head and prayed longer than most folks take to eat. When he finished, he wiped his eyes. Not from the prayer, from whatever he had been carrying before he walked in. I realized I'd written a whole story about him in my head before I knew a single thing about him. And I thought, John, you don't know what people are walking through. Stop assuming you do. So here's today's Front Porch Truth. Assumptions are shortcuts that lead you the wrong way. They make small things big, simple things complicated, and peaceful moments tense. Most of the time, all it takes is a question, a smile, or a little patience to clear things up. And sometimes, the things we were so sure about, we weren't even close to the truth. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me here in the heart of Appalachia. I'm John Hart. Until next time, friends, keep your heart steady, your steps gentle, and your porch open to whatever truth the day brings. I'll see you on down the road.